Do you want to know which altcoins have the potential to make your Lambo dreams come true? Well, I don't have a crystal ball, but I am betting personally on these altcoins right now. Is it a guarantee? Of course not, man. This is crypto. There are no guarantees, okay? Everything's risky. You can lose all your money. But if these do play out, then hey, maybe a future live stream will be done from my yacht named Fantom or Jupiter. We'll see. So stay with me until the end and find out if one of these projects can bring in the gains that we're all so keenly looking for. Now, for most crypto holders, of course, Bitcoin's the most logical way to preserve wealth. It's considered to be the safest digital asset, bar none, obviously. However, Bitcoin is probably not going to give you 100x or even a 10x probably any time soon. So if you're after the life-changing gains, then you have to risk life and limb in the altcoin jungle. Now, the approval of the Ethereum ETF, the original and biggest altcoin, really. I know there's other altcoins before that, but okay, it's the big daddy of altcoins, isn't it? It will undoubtedly bring other altcoin projects up to the limelight, get that altcoin season rocking and rolling. It's a signal that Bitcoin, of course, is not the only game in town, which you already know. Admittedly, meme coins are usually the ones to bump the hardest during these altcoin scenarios, but other coins are worth paying attention to too. Obviously, culture coins like Pepe and Dog with Hat can give the face melting gains, but they're so high risk. So in this video, I want to talk about some of the things that have actual utility that I've been putting my money into. So for the simple reason, of course, that coins with utility may not be as exciting as a dog picture. I get it, but they do have better chances of surviving throughout the cycle and potentially making it multi-cycle. Now, please note before we get into this, no one has paid to be featured in today's video. The information here is provided to you for free for educational purposes. This is not a recommendation for you to go out and to buy, hold, or sell the coins being discussed. I am sharing with you what am doing with my money, not what you should do with your money. Okay? Understand the difference. Obviously, I own these coins, by the way, duh. Of course. So for full portfolio disclosures for these coins and other coins that I own, please see the link in the description or the pinned comment on X. The first one on our list is what I would like to call what Uniswap should have been, maybe even the next Uniswap, if you will. In fact, it's beat it on many days in terms of volume and stuff like that, and that's Jupiter. Jupiter is a decentralized exchange aggregator built on Solana. Now, decentralized aggregator allows users to find the best token prices for whatever coins you're looking for. And one of the strengths is its super simple user interface, which makes it easy to onboard normies into DeFi. Now, as we all know, Solana has been super hot recently because of, well, meme coins. Everybody looking to make those big ka-ching bucks by getting the next hot meme coin early. This makes Jupiter the prime gateway for those who are looking for the next dog with hat, the next bonk, whatever it might be. And those daredevils who want to multiply their money quickly, they're going through Solana. Jupiter also has a perpetual exchange that offers up to 100x leverage. Of course, you need 100x, obviously. Jupiter's also seeing strong trading volumes, again, frequently surpassing even Uniswap. For the months of March and April, it did 47 billion and 35 billion in trading volume, respectively. That's a lot of money. Now, if you need to send assets across networks, then Jupiter even has you covered with that. They've got their own bridge set up. And you know what I like about Jupiter? Unlike Uniswap, which I know they're having a vote pretty soon to turn on the fee sharing switch. So fair play to Uniswap on that if they pass it. But anyway, Jupiter has them beat because it has active staking rewards. It's a model that incentivizes participation in the project's governance, which rewards stakeholders for voting. So you get incentivized tokens, you get launchpad fees, you get airdrops. It's pretty cool. It's a sweet deal. It has been so far. Hopefully it'll pay off even more in the future. Now, in terms of tokenomics, it has a total supply of 10 billion tokens, but only a small percentage of those out on the market right now with about a $1.5 billion market cap. We have more airdrops coming in the future. It's going to bring more tokens in the market. So it's worth keeping in mind. They need to be participating to get those airdrops. Otherwise, you get the airdrops dumped on you. Now, of course, price is down a little bit since its previous highs, but remember, good projects do retrace from time to time. It's totally normal and healthy in markets, okay? And those tend to be good opportunities to enter or to double down on your holdings, which is exactly what I did recently. I told myself I wasn't going to buy any more, and then I bought more. I know, I've got a problem. Plus, we just had news that they're making big moves into the Forex and stock markets. So big things happening at Jupiter. Big things. Also, with the speculation of a possible Solana ETF, if that were to happen, no indication that it will yet, but if it does, whoa, watch out, man. The whole Solana ecosystem will be primed in that scenario. Now, the second coin I want to discuss with you is Aerodrome. So this is another centralized exchange, but this one is on the Base ecosystem. Now, the Base ecosystem, in case you're not familiar, has wildly, wildly big potential. Why? Well, the simple reason is that Coinbase is behind it in their 120 million users, plus the smart wallets coming soon, which is going to make it even easier to onboard people. Coinbase being behind something gives it a head start that no one else can even come close to comparing to. Now, look, there's obviously no token for Base yet. However, Aerodrome's token kind of could be the next best thing by being the biggest decentralized exchange, most important piece of DeFi on Base. So just like Jupiter, you'll see that Aerodrome has a user-friendly interface. You can swap tokens for pennies, even provide liquidity, which if that's something you want to learn more about, how to earn some of that ka-ching, then go and check out my video on how to use Aerodrome Finance. Now, look, at the time of recording, Aerodrome has around $700 million total value locked and about a $500 million market cap. But just imagine what will happen if even just a fraction of Coinbase's user base actually ends up getting onboarded into the Base ecosystem. And all these users start going through Aerodrome to do their buys and sells and swaps and liquidity provision. It's not so hard to imagine that in that situation, the Aero token could, well, give some pretty nice liquid returns for the market. I reckon that this could happen sooner than we think even, which is why I have bought more recently. In addition to my existing big liquidity position that's farming the Aero coin, I added more just spot Aero coins because I think it's got good potential as Base season heats up. Now, moving on, let me ask you a question. If you knew that the internet and search engines grow this big as they have become, would you have bought like Google shares back in the day? Well, unless you hate money, you probably would have said yes. Well, that brings us to our third altcoin. It might be a Google of blockchains. Subsquid is a full stack blockchain indexing solution that includes an open source software development kit, specialized data lakes for on-chain data, and a hosted service to make the story short for you. It is a Web3 app that lets developers find blockchain data quickly and for less. Now, blockchain facilitates, of course, the recording of transactions, and a huge amount of data is stored on blockchains. As such, it stores just wild amounts of information. And of course, it makes sense that it can be slow and expensive to find what you're looking for. But this acts like a giant decentralized filing cabinet organizing data from multiple blockchains. Developers can thus easily access this tool and the data to be able to build dApps and not worry about being slowed down by slow queries. So far, it now supports more than 100 different networks and is powered by more than 5,000 decentralized applications. Now, as for tokenomics, it has 1.34 billion tokens supply and a market cap of around $21 million, making this quite a low cap coin. Now, it's competing, of course, with protocols like the Graph, which has a $3 billion market cap. So possibly some big potential here for this to take off. Now, look, I invested via their private sale. I'm holding my coins currently, watching for how this plays out, thinking that it has some potential. So let's ride it and see what happens. The token, of course, is very new. The market cap is very low. So it does not take a lot to get some big gains out of it. But also, of course, there's risk there. So never forget that, okay? Now, let me interrupt real quick here because I have to let you know about something very important. And that's my newsletter, the Wealth Mastery Report. It's the best damn newsletter in the business. Every week, my team and I are working hard to bring you the best and the latest happening in crypto, airdrops, meme coins, altcoin reports, charts, technical analysis, NFTs, and much, much more. You can join our 125,000 plus weekly readers for free. Use the link down below in the description. Okay, now, most people, of course, would prefer to use apps with privacy in mind. This is the idea of our fourth altcoin. The Oasis network is a layer one blockchain built for scalability and privacy. This makes it suitable for applications in finance and artificial intelligence, metaverse, kind of stuff like that. And I know, some would say, well, this is not something new. It's really not a new project. Lark, what is this we're talking about here, man? Look, this has been around for a few years, okay? Since 2018 to be exact. And the people behind it are big names in the AI space, and they've come into the blockchain world with this AI and privacy focus in mind. What makes it unique is how it handles transactions. The network separates its core functions into two layers: a secure consensus layer and a customizable paratime layer for smart contracts. So paratimes can be leveraged to bring in privacy preserving techniques to help keep user data confidential, which very important for blockchain, especially as we see more institutions coming on board, for example. So just imagine a two-layer cake. The first layer, which is the consensus layer, handles all the security stuff, similar to a vault that keeps everything nice and safe. The other layer, the paratime layer, runs smart contracts, but it does so with special features that help to keep your data confidential while still processing out the information. Now, this is quite similar, for example, to maybe Polkadot's independent parachains, or maybe even Avalanche's subnet infrastructure. Now, Oasis also has an ecosystem fund that can support builders on the network. Very big, multi-$100 million fund. Now, the fund is supported by several big names as well, like BINANCE Labs, Pantera Capital, Jump Capital, some of the biggest names in the crypto VC space. Also, right now, Oasis is undergoing a rebrand, putting a more stronger emphasis on decentralized artificial intelligence as a pillar of a better internet, which of course is true. We need decentralized AI, not siloed AI from the big tech giants. AI, of course, is arguably the future, and Oasis is trying to position itself as being part of that future. In fact, it's working closely with the Ocean Protocol, a top AI project, and Dawn Song, the lady behind the Oasis network. Her name's all over like the open AI literature and stuff like that. Now, for tokenomics, the Rose token has about a $600 million market cap and about 10 billion coin maximum supply. Now, I acquired a big bag of this during the bear market. I have considered buying more recently, but I haven't done so yet. But still, I want to highlight it here because I think it's worth something that's worth paying attention to, especially as we see this AI catalyst not going away. AI remains a major part of the market, a major narrative of the market, and the current price makes it, well, interesting to pay attention to, let's say. The last coin on the list, this is one that's been around for a while, and this is like the dark horse, I think, of this cycle. Fantom. This is a layer one blockchain built, of course, to challenge all the other layer ones, Ethereum's dominance and all that stuff, right? Now, the upgrade that's coming for this makes it very, very much worth paying attention to right now. Markets love upgrade hype and rebrand hype and all that kind of stuff, and the upgrade's called Sonic. And this, well, originally just, oh, we're just going to upgrade it, but actually it's going to be much more than that. Now, look, I've rooted for Fantom because of Sonic's impressive 2,000 transaction per second speed, sub-second finality. These are impressive numbers. However, news has come out that instead of just being a regular old upgrade, Sonic's actually going to be a new blockchain altogether, or replacing the original Fantom. So FTM tokens will become S tokens, and rebrands. Again, they're usually bullish events for the cryptocurrency markets, especially when they come with big tech, big hype. There's lots of other announcements that are probably going to be rolled out around this. There usually are around big rebrands. And as we all know, the success of a project, gosh, so much of it just sometimes boils down to the narrative. I mean, just look at how crypto degens go and FOMO into new meme coins based on narrative. Crypto investors always look for new narratives. What's going to be hot? What's going to get people talking? And this is one of the forces that can drive a coin to do pretty well in the market. And with the very popular developer, Andre, the guy behind Fantom, he's back on social media. The hype's starting. People are talking about it. Big investors are getting in. And we're starting to see, I think, a lot of interest coming back into the Fantom ecosystem. On-chain stats are increasing, all that kind of stuff. Now, look, I secured a bag first via an OTC deal, and then later doubling down by packing up a big extra bag, basically doubling my position by buying some on Binance. Now, before you run out and pick the color of your Lamborghini, obviously, guys, just remember, there are no guarantees in crypto. Just because I put money in a place, I like these coins, whatever, you still have to go do your own research. This has been a 10-minute video or something like that. It's not enough. You have to go and dig deeper. Okay, I spend a lot of time doing my own research, looking for narratives that I hope brings value to you by hearing about or learning some more about. And of course, we all hope, for our portfolio's sake, that these will do well. Fingers crossed. Thanks for watching.